Obviously, I hope so, but you do have some other options if you're up for a new challenge. Let me just grab the door. I had a call from another team a few weeks ago, and, well, things have moved on since then. These are the offers I've managed to put together for you. You don't have to do anything with them, but let me know what you think.
Right, I've had a chat with the new team, and they're really excited to get going. And the facilities look promising. I'll see you once you're settled in, okay?
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is FoxyDude98 here, and welcome back to a brand new career mode series for you guys today here on my channel. Today we are here for Season 2 of my F1 2017 career mode, and as you can see, we have gone and joined Mercedes for this season. If you guys are hyped and you guys are ready, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and let's get into it. So first of all then, there was a lot of people that voted as well. You'll be able to see the straw poll on your screens right now. There was, I believe, 123 votes for Mercedes and 99 for Ferrari, and then Red Bull and Williams had a couple of votes, not that many, but yeah, at the end of the day, guys, for those that voted, or for everyone that voted, thank you very much for voting. It allowed me to see what the wider range of audiences wanted to see. And for those that voted for a team and it didn't get picked, e.g. like the 99 people for Ferrari, just remember that you can never make anyone happy, especially when doing a poll like that. There are going to be people that are going to vote and it's not going to be the one that they wanted. So I'm sorry. Hopefully that you don't get annoyed because I'm no longer at Ferrari and you'd still continue to watch the videos and still enjoy the content, because for me that's what the main purpose is. Not really about the team. I feel it's about the content, but anyway, that's your decision. Yeah, I decided to, I looked at the poll, I took that into consideration, and I took what I wanted to do in consideration. It was a really tough one to pick. I was back and forth between Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes all the way through, but I just decided to go with what I really wanted to, and that was Mercedes, and that was my objective at the start of F1 2017, to try and get a contract for Mercedes. It happened, so I went and took it, and this season I'm going to be joining Mercedes and going forward with this team. But anyway, then we're going to be going on into the practice programs. And the one final thing I was going to say is, just because I'm no longer at Ferrari, guys, that doesn't mean that I can't go back there. You know, I can easily try and get another contract offer and go back there. So I'm not saying that I will never go to Ferrari ever again. I can still go back there. There's nothing stopping me. I can go wherever I want because it's my career mode. I can go places. But anyway, into the practice programs then. We actually did a very good job with the practice programs. The acclimatization, we did in fact, you can see them all here on your screens. We got a pass on every single one of them, I think, apart from the qualifying one, that may have said. But then we're going to be listening now to Emma, who's going to give us a brand new rival. Now, the reason that we've got a brand new rival is because we have joined Mercedes. We have now taken Valtteri Bottas's place. Kimi Raikkonen is back in the series, and there you can see now that we've got Lewis Hamilton as our rival. Of course, now that Bottas is no longer in our career mode because I've taken his seat, there's no point in having Bottas as my rival because it wouldn't make sense, and it's something that they managed to fix. Now, as you can see here, you can select the number 1 on your cars if you win the World Championships. As you can see, just confirming there that I did select it. However, at the moment, guys, don't pick the number 1 on your car. You'll see it in this video because I kept it all the way through this episode. The number 1 doesn't show. it doesn't. I looked at the front of my car. The number 0 showed. You can't even select the number 0 in this game, but for some reason it did. And you'll be able to see it on the replay cams, especially when I come into the pits in the races. Yeah, really weird. So you can select the number 1 car. I can confirm that for you, but it doesn't work. So there's another thing that doesn't work in this game, which is frustrating. So for this episode, I ran with the number 1, which was number 0 on my car. And then for the next episode in China, I went back to my traditional 98, which is my normal car number, because the number 1 didn't work, so there was no point in me running it. into Q2, as you can see on your screens, we are in P3, half second off the Ferraris, trying to learn this new Mercedes car as best as we possibly can. Into Q3 then, we actually had a decent Q3 run. However, our last corner here was just really, really bad. We just had a lot of oversteer through the corner, and across the line, we are going to qualify third on the grid, which honestly isn't that bad of a result. But if you saw the objectives for Mercedes, they wanted a front row start. So they're not, even though I qualified third, 2/10 behind Lewis Hamilton, so my teammate grabbing pole position today. Yeah, Mercedes weren't even happy with that. They didn't like that I qualified third. They wanted the front row start, nothing worse. So, yeah, these objectives for Mercedes are even harder than they were at Ferrari, which is another reason why I wanted to go here, because of an even slightly tougher challenge. But in the driver rivalry, we're now a little bit behind, and you can see Ferrari's reputation, it's down to the middle. So I thought it'd be all the way down at I hate you, like Force India was, but turns out Ferrari are only at the middle, so they're still, you know, happy with us. But anyway, there are the session goals. Finish second, beat Hamilton. And as you can see now, we're coming here onto the grid for the start of this Grand Prix. And we're just going to skip the intro cutscenes like we normally do. But as you can see then, it is obviously Hamilton on pole with Raikkonen second on the grid. And then we've got myself just 2/10 back, Vettel a further 3/10. So 3/10 separating the top four. Very close qualifying. And then you can see the Red Bulls 7 and 9/10 back respectively. And then we've got Massa, Grosjean, Kvyat, Magnussen, Stroll, Sainz. The two Force Indias a little bit far down the order, actually. Two Renaults also not doing a great job. Hulkenberg actually getting out qualified by Palmer, knocked out in Q1 there. And then the Saubers and the McLarens being dreadful as usual. And, you know, you would have known that from my McLaren Honda challenge that I did yesterday. But nevertheless, we're going to get straight into things then. And as you can see on the grid now for the start of the Australian Grand Prix, it's going to be a two-stop race. We have got forecast for some rain in this race, but it's going to come literally in the last few laps. So we are going to stick to this two-stop. We're not going to hold out for the rain because strategy-wise, that's just not going to work. So we're going to leave that alone. But onto the formation lap we go now. And you can see myself pulling away from the field. Raikkonen is second, and then Lewis Hamilton there on the pole position spot. He's crucially starting on super soft tyres, this Hamilton, so we need to be wary of that. We're on the grid now for the start of the Australian Grand Prix 5. Red lights, and it is lights out, and we go here for the start of the Season 2 of our career mode. It's been a good start from us, actually. Getting into the slipstream of Lewis Hamilton, putting it to stand, and I'm actually going to switch to the inside line, make a cheeky move there, down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen, and we're up into second place, and it is already a Mercedes 1-2. Hamilton leads this race, myself in second, Raikkonen is in third, and the Vettel is still in fourth, so a very, very cheeky little move down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen. Caught him unawares, really, mate, as he was going to turn into the racing line to get back and to get a good run into turn one, and I just about snuck it down the inside of him without trying to attack Hamilton and cost him time. Onto lap 2 of the Grand Prix now, and we've caught back up to Lewis Hamilton, who pulled away in the early stage of the race. We've got a yellow flag behind us, and someone is out of the race. We've got a great run on Lewis Hamilton here now. We're going to put the car, I think we're in rich mix already. We are in rich. Now we're going to potentially go for a move here in the safety car. Why has just been deployed. That was at the wrong time. You just saw there that we got a brilliant run on Lewis Hamilton, and I was going to go for it down the inside. And then the safety car came out for Felipe Massa retiring from the Grand Prix, but the safety car was out for 2 laps, so we managed to keep going. So as you can see now, we're coming around the last corner, a little bit wayward again. We constantly had oversteer in that final corner, and the car just didn't want to turn into the corner. The back end was just so slippery. And now onto lap 5 of the Grand Prix, we are now behind Lewis Hamilton. Onto lap 7 of the Grand Prix, and Hamilton pitted at the end of lap 5, doing a very, very weird strategy on those super soft tyres. Me and Kimi Raikkonen stayed out on our ultra soft tyres, just as you expect, and we're both coming into the pits at the same time. And now, guys, you'll be able to see the car number, hopefully, that show that it says 0. There it is. Look, it says 0. Why it says 0 and not 1, I have no idea. So if you guys wondering why I said it was broken, that was the clear indication there. It has the number 0 rather than the number 1, which is weird. But anyway, we're coming out of the pits now for on the set of super soft tyres this time now. So switching away from the ultra softs. I believe Raikkonen's done the same thing as me. That's Lewis Hamilton there. We've been putting in some great laps. We might actually do the overcut on Lewis Hamilton, but we just come out behind Lewis Hamilton. He did set the fastest lap of the race on this lap that he overtook me, and we set the fastest lap on the previous lap. So maybe if we came in a lap earlier, we might have actually got the jump on Hamilton. But now, as you can see here, Lewis Hamilton's got a great run on Pascal Wehrlein, and we have to slow down a little bit into the chicane here, just because of Hamilton and Wehrlein going side by side into that chicane, and we'll fake over to the left and then pull to the right, and then we're going to go down the side of Pascal Wehrlein, leaving Lewis Hamilton alone. Normally I would try and attack Hamilton very heavily, but Lewis is my teammate this season, So we want to take a little bit more care, especially when battling him, because of course, you know, Mercedes partnership, we need to make sure it's a good one, because traditionally, Hamilton, Rosberg, cough, they've not been that good. But now, as you can see then, we're closing up to the back of Hamilton, and he's stuck behind Alonso. Now I find this is my chance. I'm going to dive it down the inside here of Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso has cost Hamilton. Alonso goes into the pits. I run really wide on the last corner because I thought that Fernando Alonso was still alongside me. Now we're moving over to a defensive line here. Pretty poor camera, actually, to show up. As you can see here, Hamilton with DRS, myself with DRS, but into turn one, we get the move sorted on Lewis Hamilton, and we are up into the lead of the Australian, well, not in the lead of the Australian Grand Prix, but we're in a net P1 now for this race, and now we're catching up to a huge train of back markers here, and this is an opportunity that I felt as we go down the inside here. Jolyon Palmer literally just gets afraid by my attack there. Now we've got to try and get all these 4 cars as quick as we can and hope that Hamilton and Raikkonen struggle to get past them. So we're going to dive it down the inside here of Nico Hülkenberg. In fairness to Hülkenberg, he keeps it with it, so we're going to have to go side by side. Round the last corner we go, but we managed to make the move stick down Nico, but he is going to come back at us. He has got DRS, and he's got a decent toe, so Hülkenberg is not going to, you know, let off the gas just yet, as Lewis Hamilton there behind is getting a good run on Jolyon Palmer, and down the inside, Hamilton makes that move on Palmer's stick, round the outside into turn 2 to confirm the move there. And up front, you can see Hülkenberg and then myself now catching the Force India of Sergio Perez on the super soft tyres. And then we got Lance Stroll on a set of soft tyres, actually. So Lance is doing something a bit different to the rest of the field now. As we come flying through here now, just getting a great run on Sergio. We look like we're going to go for a move down the inside, and we are going to go for it down the inside here on Sergio Perez. Very nice and simple move, and you can see that we make that move stick as we now come up to the back of Lance Stroll here, and Hamilton getting very close to one of the Renaults. I believe that's Hülkenberg, as Raikkonen stuck behind, and we go down the inside. Lance Stroll actually locks up there in the background, so Lance with a crucial mistake there, and Sergio Perez capitalises on that, and lovely. And look at the train that is coming through now, and we've got 3 wide here. Hülkenberg, Perez, and also Hamilton. Sorry, that's Lance Stroll, not Perez, but Hamilton goes round the outside of Hülkenberg. He then's going to have the inside line. Hülkenberg makes that one stick, has to sort of back out of it. Palmer now having a look here, and the 2 Ferraris, look at that, it's nearly 4 wide between the Renaults and the Ferraris. Insane battle in there between those lot, and you can see the Renaults literally just having both their cars parked on the circuit, and the 2 Ferraris just can't find a way through, and both Renaults hold on against the Ferraris, and that is massive for this battle between myself and the 2 Ferrari boys, as Lewis Hamilton now gets a great run on Lance Stroll here with some DRS. Stroll, crucially, has also got DRS, but Hamilton is obviously in the superior Mercedes, as am I, and down the inside, Lewis Hamilton makes the move stick, and he is up into a net P2 once again. Onto that 13 of the Grand Prix now. We've caught up to the back of Carlos Sainz now, and we're going to try and get a run on him as we get more of our mud mass coming through, but now it disappears here, and we now need to get past Sainz as quick as we can. This will give us the lead of the Grand Prix, so it's not going to be a difficult move for us down the inside here on Carlos Sainz, and that is a nice comfortable move there, and we're up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is in 3rd, but of course Sainz needs to make his pit stop, so technically it is a Mercedes 1-2, and we couldn't ask for anything better than that, and now we just need to keep pumping in the lap times here. Onto lap 18 of the Grand Prix now, and it's time for our 2nd pit stop in this Grand Prix. We've got a very good gap, actually, to Daniel Ricciardo on soft tyres. I believe it's 22 seconds, so we should just be okay to rejoin in front of Daniel. We should be like maybe just in front of him, maybe like a second or so. So as you can see now, into the pits, the Mercedes mechanics getting the job done, and we are now back out again, and we're going to get ready for the next stint here on a set of super soft tyres once again, and we'll have to see whether rain is going to get involved. Will it get involved for us to change? I'm not sure, but yeah, but I could have gone and held out for that rain period, but it's too much of a gamble considering it was only 1 block. And coming out of the pits here, we're just in front of Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen, so we do rejoin in front of them, and it is just about a second or so, so we maintain the lead of the race. Lewis Hamilton is in P4, but no doubt in the next lap or 2, he will close up to the 2 Red Bulls. On to lap 20 of the Grand Prix now. We've got a yellow flag. I believe someone retired, but we do set the fast lap of the Grand Prix for 124.3 after we had the car in rich fuel mixture for the entire race. Sorry, that entire lap. And on the same lap as I went in set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton has caught the 2 Red Bulls, so it really didn't take him long. Hamilton on soft tyres though, so he was doing a different strategy in this Grand Prix. Down into turn 1 and turn 2, Lewis Hamilton isn't close enough to Max Verstappen, but he's now got a second bite of the cherry, and now he's going to go for it on Verstappen here. So he pulls over to the right hand side of the circuit, and down the inside on Max Verstappen. He's going to make this move stake, but Verstappen is going to hold it actually round the outside, And Verstappen going to put up a fight here on Lewis Hamilton, but Lewis is not fazed by what Verstappen has to do, and he makes that move stick. And then a lap later, so this is on the next lap now, Lewis Hamilton has caught up to Daniel Ricciardo, and he's going to try and make that move. You might have just seen my car glide through into turn 1. Lewis Hamilton now towards turn 1. Once again, he couldn't quite get the job done into turn 1, so now he's just going to bide his time here, get himself set up for a run on Ricciardo, and he's going to do the exact same copy move. This time, though, he doesn't have the DRS open, which is quite strange, but down the inside here on Ricciardo. Once again, Ricciardo's going to fight this one. He's a little bit more alongside than Verstappen was, but Lewis Hamilton, once again, bravely round the outside, and he makes that one stick, and he is up into P2. Onto lap 26 of the Grand Prix now, and the rain has fallen dramatically now, as that is, I believe, one of the Hasses out of the race. But you can see that I am seriously struggling now for grip. I've got absolutely no grip left. The rain has is falling a lot. It's lap 26 to 29. But there's absolutely no chance that we can stay out in these conditions. You can see how much I'm struggling and how much the rain is coming down. And I've decided on lap 26, it's time to make a pit stop and get some intermediate tyres on. Hamilton, crucially though, has decided to stay out. There he is, look, he's carrying on. So Hamilton might have just made a horrible decision to stay out on those soft tyres. I'm pitting for a set of intermediate tyres. I just don't think it's dry. It's just too wet now. I feel like the rain has come, and you can see that is Daniel Ricciardo and I believe Kimi Raikkonen also into the pit. So I believe Hamilton's strategy call might have actually just been the wrong one, and he might have just ruined the chance of a Mercedes 1-2 in this Grand Prix, because he's going to now be on the soft tyres for a full lap now, whilst I'm on intermediates, and that's going to gain me at least 13 seconds. You can see sliding out of the pits now, and on to lap 27, we close up to Verstappen now, who is also on a set of soft tyres, and this is going to be a very easy move around the outside, just much better traction, and Verstappen has lost so much time, and it's quite clear to see that there was no point in staying out. And as we go on to lap 27 now, this is Lewis Hamilton here as he goes through this final sector. He's lost the back end of the car here. Hamilton almost spinning it actually, so Lewis is in huge trouble now. And there I am, look, right behind Lewis Hamilton, so his gamble has just not paid off for him. And Lewis Hamilton's going to have to concede the position. Look at that, look at the traction we've got, and he tries to shove me wide, and I have the confidence to go around the outside. And Lewis Hamilton has made a huge mistake here, and he's going to dive into the pits on this lap, but that's cost him the 1-2, as Hamilton now makes his pit stop. That's cost Lewis the 1-2 in this Grand Prix. I can't see him rejoining in front of Verstappen and also Ricciardo, and you can see there onto lap 29 of the Grand Prix now. It's been a fantastic debut for us. We've had a lot of strategy go away. We worked ahead on the traffic. We worked hard for that Grand Prix, and that is our first win of the new season with the Mercedes team, and we needed that after a slightly dismal qualifying, not beating any of our objectives, but we really did have to work for that one in this Grand Prix. It wasn't an easy race at all, and yeah, we had to work hard. And that is absolutely awesome to see. And as you can see now, there it is with the race win. You can see I've actually got a new helmet. It's the same design as the Ferrari one, apart from I've changed the main colour to silver, and then the sides to blue, to sort of match the Mercedes stripes. I need to make it more turquoise though, to make that match. So I'll need to change that for the Bahrain Grand Prix because I've recorded China. But anyway, in terms of the oval race itself, the first stint was basically following Hamilton. It was me, Hamilton, Raikkonen, and Vettel all nip and tuck, less than a second behind. Raikkonen was right behind me into the pit stops. We made the pit stops work. Once we came into the pits then, we managed to navigate the traffic much, much better. We had to work hard, make those overtakes stick, and make sure we didn't get held up. We pulled away then. And then we made our pit stop, obviously, and then the strategy went our way with the weather. So it wasn't indeed an easy race. In fact, it was kind of a hectic race, really. We had overtake City with all the back markers. We had to get past Hamilton, multiple pit stops, a safety car, and transition into wet. So it was actually a crazy start to the season. But in the driver's standings, we obviously lead the way. In the constructors, we also do lead the way as well on 35 points after Lewis Hamilton only managed to finish 5th today. And as you can see in the rivalry update, we are now in front of Lewis Hamilton. And as you can see in the team objectives, you can see that we've gone back up into a nice, slightly more comfortable green. And we've got an invitational event. So we can either do a checkpoint challenge in the 04 Ferrari around Belgium, or a time attack in the 02 Ferrari around Azerbaijan. And since I haven't done an invitational event with the 02 Ferrari, I'm going to do that one. And all we got to do is do 3 laps of the Azerbaijan circuit in the 02 Ferrari. So guys, I'm going to let you listen to the entire 3 laps of this invitational event without me talking, and then I'll be back come the end of the invitational event to sign off this video. So enjoy the 02 Ferrari around Azerbaijan, where hopefully I don't bottle. Guys, so as you can see, we have got now just a couple of seconds left to go, and we are going to complete this challenge. And as you can see, with 10 seconds to spare, we make the challenge stick. But guys, that is going to be it for episode 1 of my career mode. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to click a like. That'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. And yeah, I will see you guys for the next episode of career mode tomorrow. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Take care all. Peace.